My charisma isn't that high. We don't have bone dice, so forcing you to fail isn't very easy.
So did we level up? Is that what you said?
Yeah, do a level up, level 5.
Oh shit, son.
My sentiments exactly.
Technically, wouldn't level up till next weekend, I get, or whenever we have everyone. But I figure since Vince is late, Sarah's not here, kind of waste of time doing it right now.
Sarah's coming though. Yeah, no.
No, she's in Tasmania, or the fuck that is, somewhere over there.
That's not even a real place. No.
I heard they have devils there.
Yeah. Why won't it keep going? I'm on edit.
I had to look it up because I actually wasn't sure, but it's an island state of Australia. It is 240 kilometers to the south of Australia. And, well, this is not what I pictured. I was picturing like deserty. It's pretty.
I don't know why it's not letting me level.
Is your bitch?
Because I'm just a little
Edit
bitch.
mode?
Yeah, edit mode.
Oh, geez. There's no saving you.
I concur.
Edit mode, features, drop down.
What's features?
The third tab under your inventory tab.
Yeah, that drop down. I go to 5. It goes to 5. Oh, there it goes. That time it worked. Fucking.
Hell yeah.
Of course. That time.
That's always how it goes.
Class features Seer and Dead. When you use Turn and Dead. Wisdom. I can sear some undead here. Max prepared 9 spells, dude. And I get Revivify.
9 spells you can miss.
I know.
Hey, some of those spells can't miss. Remember that time he healed like 55 HP?
Yeah.
Remember that? Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you just gotta pick more spells that don't have an attack roll. They're just saves. Well, I guess.
Well, if nobody's getting hurt, I'm gonna use my ones that you know, that aren't that don't need you know, the thing and the stuff. Revivify. Edit.
Couldn't agree more.
Oh, Revivify is always prepared, dude.
Just so you know, I think you guys can change a cantrip on level up. So if anybody is wanting to, well, actually, now that I think about it,
I think like
maybe
some
Wizard
classes,
Artificer.
some classes can, some classes can't.
I think I probably could, but seems
I unlocked my arcane firearm.
hit him with the
45.
blam, pal.
Means I deal an extra D8.
Spirit Guardian.
So instead of a 1d10, I'll do a 1d8 plus, or 1d10 plus 1d8.
That should give me 10 out of 9 because one of mine isn't actually prepared. So one of them that should be prepared.
Probably just take antagonize because it's so troll.
Is that like a taunt?
Yeah, forces a wisdom saving throw, so that's like 40% chance to happen. But on a failed save, they take 44 psychic damage, and I have a psychic theme going, and must immediately use its reaction to make a melee attack against another creature of my choice they can see.
Murky looks rough.
Murky looks rough.
You look rough.
Your
Like
hair,
you
your hair.
Yeah, I just got out of the shower, so
Okay.
don't hold it against me.
I mean, if you had no clothes on, I wouldn't hold it against you.
Oh heavens!
On
Yeah.
that
Tricky.
case,
I'd hold all sorts of things against you.
He has his stream
Just not
set
that.
to not for children or whatever. So.
Sure, that'll help.
Not.
I'm sure there's a
NSF
difference between not for children and.
It's NSFW.
Yeah, no one's ever been banned for something like that.
It just means that I can vape and drink.
So we can't just all take our robes off then.
I mean,
Well, you can. You're off camera the whole time.
yeah.
His is already off.
That's what
Old
I'm
of you to
counting
assume I'm wearing anything.
You know, once we get more settled in, I'll figure out
that's-
camera situations.
Lauren's not doing camera. I don't know if Green is.
I don't even know where my webcam is, to be entirely honest.
And that's fine. If you're not,
Yeah.
you're not. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just when it gets all disheveled and turned about
My-
with.
Yeah, it like if you're popping in and off of it. Yeah, my kid was playing some games with his grandma, my mom, and so he was at my desk for a couple like an hour by himself, and then when I came back, the camera was gone.
Medic.
I imagine he
good.
probably tried to take it with him and just ripped it out, but
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe he thought he could just be on camera and walk around with it.
Can level up your character to level 5. That's-
Yep. Excuse me.
we level up. We level up.
yes.
Ah. Oh, let me log in the game in that case.
I have to
You convinced me. I will play today.
All
Wanna
we
grab-
needed to say.
I'm gonna grab a beer real quick for the game.
I thought in Oasis that was one of the updates they were supposed to do, or last Oasis, like way back before it died. They were supposed to add content. Like,
Yeah, I don't think they. I mean, I have no clue, but I feel like I've been watching some stream like for the past couple of days, and it's the same thing. Like, there's friggin' Rupu camps and PvP, and that's it.
Talking Last Oasis?
Yeah.
That's the one with like the sandwalkers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so the developer said, "Hey, we're gonna completely revamp our game because our game's not fun," and then haven't updated the game in 2 years. Steam
but
has
it's been sold to, I think, Wildcard, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
like they just kind of relaunched or something. I don't know. There's a bunch of people playing now, and apparently they changed a couple things. But
Oh, okay.
I'm not,
Well,
not
so
sure.
Steam had a banner on their game page on the store that said like, "Notice to purchasers: this game has not updated in 2 years."
Not really.
Like, yeah, and so like Steam was calling them out. So if they sold it to Wildcard, then sure, maybe they're starting to do updates.
it looks like a brand new thing. Six hours ago, last Oasis reached its highest peak players in 3 years.
which is like what 2000.
Final.
Oh, it is Snail. Snail Games bought it.
Fuck Snail.
I don't know. People talk a lot of shit about them, but I have more hours. I think most of us have more hours in Snell games than any other game we've ever
Yeah.
played.
Yeah,
They're
Have
doing
you seen what
something
they're
right.
doing with Ark, dude?
Atlas
dude-
and Ark together is going to be more hours that I've already spent that I'll spend in the future playing games, like for sure.
yeah,
100%.
yeah. I mean, but that I don't know if that's a testament to Snail Games or if it's a testament to their developers, right? Because the developers are different than the management of the company. Right.
Well,
So
either way, same people. Whoever, maybe they make this game a little better. Because I remember trying Last Oasis, and
I
none of it
enjoyed
was
Last
fun.
Oasis.
I didn't like the building, the farming part of it. Like none of it was.
Well,
And
so
then
building.
me and Murky,
Yeah.
like we played for several days. We built our first little crab boat thing, and then as soon as we went out to the desert, a giant fucking crab galleon deal came out, and they didn't even raid us. They ran over us and fucking left. And like it was like, oh well, start over. That's the last time I remember playing.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Like
that's
I,
funny.
honestly, like Atlas had it perfect in my not perfect,
No.
obviously not perfect,
No.
but like having the peace timers, dude.
Oh yeah. That was a smart idea.
The peace timers,
Yeah, but-
automated farming, and the trade routes, all golden.
They pulled all that shit out way too late though.
Atlas should have had from the beginning. The ship should have been like two, maybe 3 times faster. Right. The servers, like the server idea was super cool, where it had the server meshing between. Although it kind of gave the PvP you're hopping between servers vibe, which I mean we took advantage of. But what I really like, I think if the ships were 2 to 3 times faster, that game would have been more
When
popular.
they introduced trade routes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that made traveling
That
a lot
helped.
more.
Yeah, that was like the highway stuff, right? Where one would go this way around, which is great. But if just like the as soon as the wind died, like maybe let people add oars to the ships so you can move without sails, and move decently quick. That would have added like a ramming ship mechanic vibe. There was a lot, but it was just too slow, man. Like traveling from one island to the next was like 45 minutes, and if you wanted to travel to the other side of the freaking map, it was like 4 hours, 5 hours. Like,
and I'm gonna say yes, that's a negative, but on the positive side of that, if some mega tribe was 4 to 5 hours away from you, they were less likely to come hit you.
yeah, and that's fine, but then you need to be able to have a higher server count, like player count.
Yeah, then
because
70.
what was it on officials? It was like 70.
Yeah,
and that was per
70
cluster, right?
70
grid.
per server per grid.
Per grid.
Yeah, it was
And so
disgustingly bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that is enough.
No, I mean it's really not if you're doing like a big war, like because I mean we would have at the start we had 100 people between us and the Australians.
Yeah, probably.
And then, but that was when it was like you couldn't get in, and ghost ships could be lured to your harbor and destroy everything, and that would
because they could drive through the islands, right?
Well, they could drive right up to the shore.
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
just
the ghost ship.
and just
I don't
destroy.
think I ever played Atlas on official. I don't think I ever was interested in playing Atlas on official because I'd been burned on Arc official, and like the grind was too bad on that, and I was like, "There's no way."
I just really, I really wish it did better than it did, only because I really enjoy, sailing for 4 hours. People fucking hated, but like I would go and farm a brigantine with 4 fucking cargo ship things, and it's all weight, and I'd come back with like this, I don't know, I did a Gannicus like scenario, or I'd go out and tame like 12 elephants. You know what I mean?
Lose 9 of them before you get back to your base.
Well, that was only because I glitched off.
What level are we supposed to be at?
5.
I enjoyed that side of it, and I really enjoyed the water side of Atlas. Like I enjoyed the sailing and stuff just because it was like chill, like you kind of just relaxed, you did other things or whatever. But they needed to be faster. But when I also played it, we were playing with ships that were faster. They had
those
boosted. Yeah, they weren't like insane. But you could back up into a freaking port you know, when freaking official Atlas, until they updated it to where you could back up, it was like an hour to back your ship up the ship's length, you know, like
it was so slow.
yeah. But then once they changed that, like but they did the same thing in Arc, right? Where they added all this quality of life stuff, but they did it like 4 years too late. If they would have started with a lot of that, then man, that game would have been
not even started with
great.
it, right? Not even, you don't even have to start with it. I mean, optimally, right? You would, but like you hear the player feedback almost immediately, and to
I don't know.
not,
I think on Arc, like they up until what 4 or 5 years, they were still releasing brand new stuff, and now they've started doing the quality of life type stuff once the game started to die, which I think on their end is kind of smart. Like all the old players, like we played, like we're tired of the game, but now they're just like rebranding the game kind of and getting. I mean, Arc's still doing pretty well.
Arc is doing pretty well,
but like, imagine if they came out with the turret filler, 3 years ago.
Yeah. No,
Would any of us have stopped playing? You know,
I think we still would have stopped eventually, because I didn't stop because I was tired of filling turrets. I stopped because like, oh, we gotta go tame another Rex. Well, I need exactly this in my inventory before we leave. There's nothing new about it. Oh, we need to go tame a Mosa. I need exactly this, and like,
I like
it's
that
just
stuff.
like there was nothing.
That's my
there was
jam.
nothing new. There was nothing exciting about it. It was like, oh fuck, another thing I gotta go do or whatever. It just wasn't exciting. And then that's till toward the end we got to where we were doing PvP, and that was fun until it just like another tower to sit on an stego for 45 minutes, and then that wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah, that's where like my argument of the quality of life stuff needing to be put in sooner is like driven from, though, because if the quality of life stuff had come in sooner and they listened to that feedback, then they'd be listening to the feedback sooner that PvP is boring, right? Like you soak turrets. Okay, you can't soak the turrets because they're online and they're refilling the turrets. You know, like one of those things. Like, so how do we make this PvP? How do we make raiding interesting? You know, and like if they have a big team that's online, then sure, that they're pushing out with the riding Oganathos and grabbing people and dropping them into their turrets, or they're picking them off with PTs or RGs or whatever. But like, there just wasn't. You couldn't really ever fight with PvP because PvP always ended up being blow up their stuff, push turrets. You know, like it all became like an attrition turret war.
Well, but old Arc was like whenever you were doing PvP, that's when there was like 8 gigas and 13 Rexes and a bunch of Aries out, and there's all these different animals. Now PvP is like, I think there's no, it's not even gigas anymore. Fuck gigas, it's Karchas, and I guess they're still using the mana.
Not even really Karchas anymore because the Rexes are so bred up, like in terms of health.
Yeah, but like on a big big PvP battlefield now in Arc, there's like maybe I bet you there's only like 4 different animals that are being used.
Yeah,
like when we were raiding, but like when we had our own server, it was like everyone took 3 of everything because everything countered something and everything had its own special utility. But it's not like that now. It's just there's a few different animals and that's all anyone uses. And like when they released Extinction and PvP got real stupid, the only thing that was at any fight was Gigas and Manas. Period. There was nothing else. There's no Theories, no Pteranodons, no Argies. People had Gigas and Cryos, and they were hopping around on Manas. They got knocked off the Mana, pocket Giga, and that was PvP. Period. And that went on for like 2 years.
Yeah. Well, buddy,
I do think the
to people who are like really deep in the meta of a game I have no understanding of, because it's like you're listening to a completely different language.
You done, Murky? Everyone done leveling up?
I'm loading my spells.
Like 2 levels in rapid succession?
Yeah, 2 weeks. We went up 2 levels.
Again.
Maybe.
Yeah, you weren't here last week. It was epic.
I missed the one epic game.
Yeah, it's all been epic.
He's saying it's epic, and I'm like, what? What did we do last weekend? I don't remember.
He had the freaking hour-long fight where he screwed a old lady and then fought somebody by himself.
Oh yeah, and he got broke up with.
Yeah,
broke up with him.
Vince, I took the old lady to bed, but I had a timer on me, and then it took me into a fight with 2 wolves and a hunter lizard.
And so Ethel turned into a freaking witch.
A witch?
Or not witch.
Green
What
hag,
was
right?
it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
a hag. Because otherwise he would have died.
He did
I
like
would have healed
12 damage
myself
to the fight.
forever.
It was a beautiful sequence and easily worth 2,700 XP. Right there on its face.
And I got broken up with. She left me.
That was worth the other 4,000 XP.
Yeah.
Can you believe it, Vince?
You made Harbin waste PTO day.
That is true. Passed out naked on his desk. That's pretty normal behavior for a priest. So
I guess that was pretty good. Pretty good.
So did the story progress at all?
No.
the
Fuck
only
me. What
story
else did
that-
we do? Did
the
we
only
do
story
anything?
that-
No.
we ended up with that bow, and
Yeah, the
we
building.
got Knights of the Realm. So that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
You remember that? And then my
Yeah.
character joined the brawl, so that's pretty good.
And we're friends with the Harpers, and
Yeah, so yeah, I got to redeliver the you delivered that spellbook back to the Harpers. They were super happy about it. Your honorary Harper guys.
to be
You
fair, if this was a game, we would have gotten all the experience when we turned in the item. So I guess it is.
Request, yeah, turn in.
Yeah. But-
What
I mean-
is the organization that we are definitely loyal members of now?
Knights of the Realm.
Oh, and the
Something of Lords.
Lords Alliance. That's who Sildar's with.
We have fake authority on our side. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, we have some authority.
Gold per day per person.
Yeah, you get some gold for that. You're part of the Lords Alliance. You are, I guess, you're like deputies of the Lords Alliance, and then you're also honorary Harper members. And you get good deals at shops and stuff. Probably other places you can flash some papers and take advantage of that.
And we have a +3 longbow.
+3
that's worth
longbow.
like 6K.
16. Well, its value is 16,000, but you only get a third of that or whatever. So
Nate,
Uh,
how does
Okay.
intelligence affect spell slots?
Does it?
Yeah.
it can. Oh, spell slots.
For artificers?
No. Sorry, not spell slots. How many spells you can have prepared?
I think they removed any correlation between your stats and the amount of prepared spells.
Yeah, I think now you follow the table for whatever character you are. It tells you
Oh.
exactly spell slots, prepared spells.
We can find out.
Yeah. I was on the freaking wiki, the 5th edition wiki, but they've changed it so many times in the last couple months that
Oh yeah, the wikis. You gotta
It's
go
hard
on 5e tools.
So they deliberately keep it bad so that each player has to buy a book, and then you can still argue over everything. It's really
Yeah.
good.
let's see.
Aha! However, you are absolutely right. The choose a number of artificer spells equal to your intelligence plus half your artificer level rounded down.
So
Is that just at character creation though? No, I don't think so.
at first level,
Right, yeah, because in your actual class table, it doesn't tell you how many you have prepared, so it is based off of intelligence for you, which makes sense because I think artificer's TCE anyway. So
Yeah, it's not even in the book. Well, the new artificer stuff is in Arcana. Is where the rules are.
yeah, but like Unearthed Arcana is, unless they change something, is always just like experimental beta shit.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like the most
Change.
recent thing that they've done that if works out goes official, I guess.
Yeah. Where does it so? Where did it say? So it was your
Under preparing and casting spells, under spell casting.
okay.
Where did we end? Were y'all ended in the town, right?
We were about to head to Neverwinter to spend our sweet filthy lucre from our +3 longbow, which at the time was worth 5k, but is now significantly less good.
Well, I mean, the economy in this game's pretty low, so if you get a couple grand for it, that's pretty fucking good. Well, I guess not. We're using values from the actual compendium, so
It's we need that 5k so we can buy Murky his 5th magical item. That's a critical part of our strategy here. We're all just gonna play Kingmaker. If we can get him up to 8 attacks per turn, that'll be a
Jesus.
success.
Can you imagine, dude? Holy crap!
Does haste give more attacks? I think we might be able to crack 8
I think it
attacks.
does. I think it gives you can use your no, it's you can use your bonus action as an action, right?
Let's see.
Something like that.
I can't cast haste, but
I
got a ring
can.
of haste.
I think.
Ooh, spicy.
Hold on. I might not be
Armor class
accurate.
has advantage on dex throws and gains an additional action on each of its turns. It can be used to take only the attack action, dash, disengage, hide, or utilize. So not a spell, but still, there's another attack right there. And if you had extra attack, which I don't think, does Monk get extra attack? Probably not. Monk. Because we could get 4 from that. No. Yes, Monk does get extra attack. So he has extra attack now. So if we cast haste on him, he gets 2 attacks for each attack action. That's 4 attacks. Flurry of blows, that's 1, 2. So we're at just 6. Hitting 8 may be harder than I thought. Still, 6 attacks, that's respectable.
That's respectable.
Get a weapon that gives you an extra attack. Now he needs Nick. So Nick can only trigger once per turn, but that would be 7 attacks technically. And then we just have to get that elusive 8th attack.
Vince wants 8 attacks.
What do I want?
I
8
think we're good with
attacks.
2.
Oh,
Maybe.
You want that? You want 8 attacks per turn?
I think I'm at 4 now.
Yes. Because extra attack, flurry of blows. But if we gave you haste, that's 6. And if you used Nick, that would be 7. So we're trying to figure out how to
I
get
hear
8.
some gross.
Why would Nick? Oh yeah, because you don't spend your bonus. Yeah.
I hear some gross things happening.
That's probably fine. Don't worry about it.
A complete black screen with gross things.
We've been teleported directly to hell for this conversation.
Oh, you can't see the map. Hold on, let me fix that. It's just the Neverwinter map. You shouldn't hear noises.
I
We
heard
heard a bunch of it sounded like wood, or not wood, like stone.
spiders
grinding.
and.
Oh, maybe I'm preparing this little store that you're gonna go through. So we're looking at 3 days back to Neverwinter. If that's if we're just heading straight out to go sell you some shit.
Yeah.
Unless anybody approaches us with a plot hook.
No, I think that's the smart thing. Y'all got a whole bunch of shit y'all need to sell, and then kind of gear up with some cool stuff. Not you got some money.
We're headed to Pac-Man Island.
I like to think of Volva Urethra City.
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever read Wheel of Time, and the Wheel of Time has the Tarvalon, which is literally a vagina, and he built it like that.
Perfect.
It's the tower like that the women magic
I
users
never-
have
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
And the city is shaped like a vagina.
Oh, it's yeah, and he meant it like that too.
That's funny. I can't believe I never noticed that.
I gotta Google it. Oh shit, it is. Holy shit. It's even got a clit.
Yeah, it's got it's got it all.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Holy
what's so funny is this guy, like, dude, for the first, I don't know, probably 6 books, you would have thought that every single woman in his life he hated their guts. Because there wasn't a woman character in that book that was like that you could stand for like the first 6 books.
Who, Rand?
What?
No, I'm saying the
Well,
writer.
Oh,
yeah,
the
he-
writer. Yeah,
He didn't, he didn't portray him. But I think that was to build up like some
Yes.
tension, like that
Yeah.
everyone was kind of
But
afraid of the
if you were reading the books as they came out, you were like, this dude is being abused. This
Yeah.
writer is being abused.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just.
I
read
think
when
it
I
was.
a kid,
I
but-
think it was like until. Well, actually, no. The first 3 books were fine. It was like 4, 5, and 6 where it was really bad, and then book 7, like everything started to come together, and they weren't, freaking awful.
By the way, if you haven't watched Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime,
Get out of here, man.
Green expects the shows to be
No.
the books.
No, I don't. I don't.
Word-
even.
He wants Wheel of Time
No.
series to be a 35-year series. Each episode is 12 hours long.
I would.
Dude,
I do have my
you okay?
criticisms.
Look at me in the virtual eyes since I'm not
Don't
on
fall
camera,
for it.
and tell
okay?
me they did not ruin Matt's character.
Understand? Yeah. Well,
Well,
there's no argument to be made there. But don't fall for this shit, okay? Jeremy is the target audience. I have never had a conversation with him about a bad adaptation where he did not immediately defend the
I know.
whatever fucking Hollywood drivel they put out that could just get absolutely,
I watch it
respect
with
for
the
the source
expectation.
material has never entered his head ever in his
Okay,
entire
Yes.
life.
so real
It's
quick,
so surprising to hear that because he complains endlessly about every freaking show that we watch. I cannot enjoy one show because he complains about how
You
it's
know the difference,
portrayed,
Lauren?
how the books are.
The difference is that
Wait,
when
Did he
he has
defend
the
Rings of
chance to be
Power?
devil's advocate, he takes it. So if
Exactly.
you were complaining about it,
My thing is, the Rings of like
Rings of Power is
yeah.
awesome.
I liked it, but it's a show. I'm watching the show. If I'm watching it, saying is this exactly what I want it to be from the books, then no, it's not. Oh God, it's terrible.
and,
but I'm
and
watching
what
the
they need to
show.
do is they need to not advertise how faithful they're going to be to the books. When they
I don't
advertise
see any
that, then the
advertisement.
expectation is that that like when they were making the Wheel of Time, they're like, we're going to use the books as our script. We're going to be super faithful to it. We want to make sure we do this right. And then the first freaking episode, Perrin kills his wife. Like
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that either.
Holy shit, it's so much. I deliberately didn't
Yes.
watch it, but holy fuck, that is hilariously bad.
Well, I kind of could give them that because one of Perrin's big things was like he was afraid of hurting people.
But
Right,
and his
and
axe,
so
right? He
How
hated
do
his
you
axe.
make
They
that into a show?
They had to throw that in there. They had to give some depth to his I'm so pacifist now, without spending 18 episodes explaining
and
it
that-
like the book does.
And that I could kind of understand, but then
Yeah, you're right. There's no defending. Matt's character is kind of really bad.
and
Everything
he's
else
a
I like, though.
critical part of the story. The first couple of books kind of revolves around what's happening to him.
yeah, he drives the plot forward because of his fucking
But-
idiocy. Damn you, Matt Cawthon.
Yeah.
I love him.
And
I'm
dude, that-
coming into his character in the show as well.
They just started even focusing on Matt, just
Yeah.
recently. They
But
didn't
they
completely ignore him.
changed the actor for him, right?
Well, because the other one just
Weird.
disappeared.
Well,
He just
I don't
quit
think-
showing up.
probably murdered by the diehard book fans.
They fucking disappeared him, and it wasn't even his fault. It was the.
I will tell you this though. The way, like the
ways.
freaking hexagonal stone
Yeah.
was
It's
amazing.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Like I will give them props for that. Like sure it wasn't how it was described in the book, but dang it was freaking cool.
There's a lot that the show is doing really well. Like the spell weaving.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
When it first started, it sucked, but then it's come into something that's amazing in my opinion. And especially when Rand casts and you see the taint, I'm just like, and then whenever Nael throws on their black mask, I know somebody's gonna fucking die.
Have you read the books?
Yeah.
I might have to give it another chance once, like maybe like the third season's fully done.
Well, so
I
I
can
will
watch
say
it and get past it, but
I read the book 10. I haven't read 12, 11, 12, 13. But that's only because I quit reading.
Nice. Okay.
I think there's more than that.
There might be
Maybe.
14.
Like,
Should
Or
we
think
go
about
to a shop somewhere?
Yeah, we're head there. I'm just taking advantage of this.
14, yeah. So it's up to 14 books now.
Yeah.
So Brandon Sanderson took over at like book 12 or 13 or something
13,
like
yep.
that, and finished it off. But I liked him.
It's my favorite book series of all time.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's a book to get through though, man, or a series to get through. Like it's.
I mean, every book is a book to get through because it's like 900 pages.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long one.
So I rolled for y'all's encounters. We do have an encounter. I got to this set up. All right, so you leave Fandelver, hit the Triboard Trail, go west, hit the high road for your 3-day trip north to Neverwinter. Your second day on the road.
Let's get a little baby. Okay, so Yeah. The big. Strange scene. Oh, yeah. Okay. I might have put Dispel Magic on, so. I thought I put Dispel Magic on. It didn't. That's fine. I could detect magic. Well, obviously it's magic. Rico! Cheers to you, brother! I fucking love you, buddy. You don't see my camera because we don't have any cameras on right now, but playing D&D. Love you, man. Fuck yeah. I appreciate it. I don't know what. That's annoying. It's pause. Yes! Yeah. Let's see what. Me either. I don't perceive anything. No, we haven't made it to the city yet. Lad, send trade request. Oh, I only. No, this is Arbiter. I don't know why it's with Arbiter. Hold on. No, I'm supposed to be Thoros. Request trade. Pick select. Okay. Send trade request. Nope, not to Game Master. Oh, request trade. With Vlad. Slick. Send trade request. There you go, Vlad. I don't know either. I don't like gelatinous cubes. Whizbang and Hardcore Wolf need a roll. Well, we still need Whizbang and Hardcore Wolf to roll. Oh, yeah, I got you. No, I can't. Oh, I can do for the wolf. Can somebody roll for Cameron? All right. Oh, Are we in turn turn order now, or? Oh, Daddy's gonna come up. Big Daddy's gonna come in the face. Yeah, Ethel's tainted me. Oh, wait, we'll go back. Sorry. Jeremy. 60 feet. I'm good. DC 14. Yeah! we're still in combat, right? No, you don't have them in initiative yet. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they found the trap, boys. You heard Bean. I don't have anything concentrating right now, but it thinks that I do. It's Dorcas's turn. Okay, so I'm going to 65. Oh my god. Oh shit. Move up and target and cast daylight on her. Boom. So we can see anybody. Does that work? um, I place it on a target. That's my staff, or that's an actual spell. Third level spell, daylight. Da 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 da. And bonus action. There you go. $17. 23 to hit, bitch. Yeah. Yep. You create a floating spectral weapon within the range that lasts for the duration. It's right there. When you cast a spell, you make a melee spell against a creature within 5 feet. It's only a bonus action. Yeah. Her and I might get along. I need a new woman. I'm a good person, I promise. ChatGPT is amazing. Shut the fuck up. Quatre. Quatre. If you're saying anything, Dorcas, we don't. Perfect. Whee. That was a great turn for you. It's hardcore. Sarah's gonna. All right. I'm going to do my spectral. Oh, there is it. Spectral weapon. without consuming the spell spot because it's. And then casting it on him. Normal attack. Oh, of course. What a cool fucking story, bro. And then I'll cast my Sacred Flame on this bitch. DC fix 60. The one, yep. Son of a bitch. Ha! You are supposed to hear. I don't know why you don't hear.
Here from sight. And appear behind him in a flash of brilliant colors using my Misty Step from being a Fey Warlock Bard.
Thank you for saying that.
And then I will target him with my stees here. Make sure that I don't see... I guess I'll just use my one Misty Step from being a freaking high elf. There we go.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
need
can
you
go
to
there.
roll a charisma check after this to see if you can convince me you're still a bard.
I don't think I ever told you a bard. I'm simply allowing you to believe what you assumed I was, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I
I'm going to
faintly
stab
recall you saying, you know, something, 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 a humble bard.
Yeah, I think you did imply
thespian, a troubadour, but never a bard. And then my packed weapon will just start taking his eyes off. Hopefully, we'll see.
Don't worry,
Not
you're
this
gonna
time,
have
though.
an advantage.
I'll use lucky.
No, that hits.
12 hits.
You have +4/+3. Is that not right?
No.
You're +7.
Yeah, to my initial roll. So a 5 + 7 is 12.
Yeah, it's just a regular bandit. 12 hits.
They have their regular bandit has 12. That's terrible. Terrible news for him. This is like
They're 8 CR here. Y'all should.
8 CR.
Yeah, this is kind of like that fight in the cave the other night where everyone just kept missing and it lasted forever.
So there's that, and then I have
Wait,
extra
an
attack.
8 CR
When I'm attacked
should
weapon.
mean that a party of 4 that's
8
level
raised
8
at
can
8th
handle it.
level. Yeah.
No, 8th. 8th.
Oh, 8.
Oh, gotcha.
Jeez.
That's a little different.
8th.
1/8. Gotcha.
1
It's not
/
supposed to
8.
be a hour and 40-minute encounter. I get it.
Well, we also did a
Anyway.
bunch of.
Nothing personnel kit. I stab him in the back twice with my brilliant flashing scimitar. That's
Lad. The bandit before you was already dead, so.
Oh shit, it's my turn. Ah.
Yep.
Guess I gotta go punch something.
Go punch something, my mans!
Punch
Ding
him.
ding ding.
Alright, I'm gonna punch this fucking guy with flurry of blows.
If you targeted, I don't know. Did you hit
Forget
Marco?
No. Here. I'll do that.
He punches hardcore wolf in the back of the head.
He is
I'll never do
bloodied.
that. Okay,
Marco will
I'm
fuck you
gonna hit him again. Oh my god.
Nope.
Sweet rolls.
So, with my action, I'm gonna go Dread Sickle. I forgot I had that. against this fucking guy. 14 for
Damn.
15 points of
You
damage.
slit his throat, and he bleeds out in the muddy water.
You fucked him up, buddy.
And last,
Very
I still have one attack. I would like to throw a
Against
dagger at that
Dark
guy
Werewolf?
in the back.
Okay.
Huh?
Do you want to punch Dark Werewolf?
No. I want to throw a dagger at the guy in the back.
Okay.
This is gonna be a disadvantage though because it's too far. My internet, man, it's
Nah, miss.
probably not gonna hit with an 11. Yeah, that's my turn.
Dork ass.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey man, and hey man.
It won't let me click myself.
So you're on top of the body, so let's switch it back.
Oops, sorry guys. I'm clicking through my stuff, so.
Ooh, that's
19.
a good one.
Lauren's on fire today. How she rolls in Boulder's Gate, like everything over 15.
Yeah, something magical happened the last couple days.
Need a little practice.
An inversion of fortune.
She prayed to that looks at you.
You gotta do something else? What's going on?
It was up
Okay.
hiding.
God damn!
Damn.
2 off of max damage? Rip this guy, holy shit.
He just explodes.
Yeah, it explodes into a fucking. Your little guy bolt missile goes and hits him with like a blinding light, and as the light fades, there's just like a red mist. There's not even clothing left. There's just.
Dude.
Can I shoot the freaking mist with advantage? I mean, wasted the whole second part of that spell. Let's see.
Yes. You may shoot the mist with advantage.
I guess I'll go after this guy again. 13 hit.
Yes. Nice, killed him.
Nice.
Rip and tippers.
All right, so add 3 light crossbows, 3 scimitars, 1 pistol, and then a little loot roll for Gelatinous Cube on its official table. It's gems and agates, so I will say 150 gold.
Nice. Can I take the pistol? Does anybody have issues with that?
Never by all
Nope.
means.
Pistol. Are you adding it to our
You're
inventory,
the
Jeremy?
artificial.
I can.
Well, I don't think my character has discovered the wonders of gunpowder just yet.
But he will.
Oh, yes, he will.
Is it in the advancement table for artificer to be able to use guns, or?
Yeah, at level 2 you get firearm proficiency at your DM's
Yeah.
discretion.
At level
Well,
2.
it's one of those
Yeah.
things where, like, if they're in the universe, so like if gunpowder's in the universe or not. But since Jeremy said she has a pistol, that means gunpowder is in the universe.
Yeah,
Which
there's
means
pistols here.
your guy knows how to use it.
Does that mean he can make gunpowder? This is the part where you say no. Do not let the players get gunpowder.
Why did you
You
bring
have to
that
buy
up?
it.
I've been down this road before.
Why?
It leads to cluster bombs and all kinds of fuckery. And
No, I wasn't gonna go that far. I was just gonna make gunpowder barrels, or maybe have my,
yeah, there you go.
item that can make multiple items give me gunpowder every day.
And
I
that's
was gonna
how
build
it
up to it
starts.
though.
That's how it starts. Now you gotta buy your shots from some.
That's not the
I don't know.
shots I want to buy.
Pistols aren't even that. Was it a D10?
They suck ass. The
Yeah,
only
they're not
bonus
great.
is that you can use them and a shield at the same time, and then it's still 30-90. Like, I devoted my whole character to being pistols in that other campaign, and it's still
Yeah.
not good.
The only thing that is nice is that I guess I could technically argue that I could make it an arcane firearm, right?
Yep.
Because it's a
Probably.
firearm anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I'd be able to add a D8 to the damage, but like, you know, it is what it is. I just want it because my guy's an artificer, so like,
Guns is cool,
right up his alley.
days.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so back on the road.
Does
your
anybody
last
want
day.
this well-made longsword thing that I have called Talon that's in my inventory and has been since
What does
the
it
first
do?
or second session? It's just a longsword, but
Why?
it's
You
got
have
a
a
name.
bonus to attack and damage
Whether
rolls.
through demonic blessing, celestial bequeathment, crazed experiment, or skillful craft, this weapon has been enhanced to bring more bloodshed by the bearer. But I don't think it has a bonus to damage.
It's not even +1.
Oh. It's just flavorful.
Yeah, but it's
It
worth
says you
1,000
have a
gold.
bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. The bonus is its magic.
Oh,
The
gotcha.
weakest
So it's just like
possible
it bypasses non-magical resistance. Well, I don't need it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when we make it to town, finally we can sell it because it's 1,000 gold. You know.
So you after that encounter, you make camp. You rest for that night. You got about a day and a half left of travel. You travel to today with nothing crazy happening. Towards evening, it's about time to make your camp for the night. And then tomorrow you have another 6 or 7 hours probably to get to Neverwinter. Come around a bend where you think you're gonna cut off into the woods to make camp. I guess if that's what y'all would want to do. But you see on the side of the road a little lemonade stand, and there are two. I'm probably saying this wrong. Maypacks, manning the stand. It's a mother and a son, and if you don't know, they are little raccoon people.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, copper, 2 coppers per glass of lemonade. If any of you want to buy some lemonade, it's absolutely delicious, and you meet several people passing by towards Neverwinter. People going north,
They're
people going south.
ruining this economy and giving her 2 gold for a lemonade.
This is transcendental lemonade. It's incredible. It'll change your
Yes.
life.
Yes.
I happily pay 2 to have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
I'm getting
2.
a lemonade.
Yeah, same. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
pour some
if
wine
it's
into it.
poisonous, who freaking cares?
I a happy
Yes.
lemonade enjoyer.
There you got your lemonade. You tip for 2 gold. They're super happy. You probably changed their lives. Little raccoon folk. But they're not the important things. The people come and going. You meet several
Excuse me?
people.
Do we get
They're
a,
raccoon people serving lemonade.
They may come into play later. You don't know.
wait?
You
Do
just
we
said they weren't important.
do we get a
It's
Harper?
foreshadowing.
Do we get a Harper discount actually for being super good folks?
For discount, we're tipping 2 gold.
Turns out
She-
they're the Sith Lords.
She looks
We brought
really sad and teary-eyed as she hands you back 1 copper for your drink.
Wait,
We get a 50%
for
discount
one
and tip 2 gold on top of it.
And then takes the 2 gold and seems very happy again. Anyway, you meet lots of people, lots of conversation, lots of stories, a couple nobles, a few wandering mercenaries, and even another adventurers group headed towards Tribor. Maybe that'll all be important later.
yay!
What
I
do they
like it
look
when it's
like?
important later.
The adventuring group, well, they were from another plane, they tell you, and They're quite funny looking characters, but after in meeting the Mapax, the raccoon people, you guys weren't too surprised. But they have fuck, what was it? There's one of them was a fighter. There's a wizard, a barbarian, and a warlock. And of course, it's one's a little pug in knight's armor, and then the little mouse in little wizard armor, and the wolf is the barbarian guy, and then there's a big crow creature. That's the warlock. Super nice, super friendly, very helpful. They also tip. They tipped 10 gold to the raccoon people, and off on their way.
I think we should
Yeah,
tip them 15 gold now.
The pug has a special ability where his health bar just keeps getting longer and longer if you
Jesus
try to kill him too fast. Like, for instance, if you were to do like almost 160 damage on the first turn of combat against the pug, he will magically get a health pool of 270 to compensate.
No, never 270.
It's a really neat trick.
I feel like there's an inside joke somewhere in there, but
Every monster I throw at him in our real in-person game, he just it's just the dumbest thing. It's the worst thing. I'm always cheating and adding health.
okay.
Did you add health or no?
No,
I think you did.
I made it a CR10 for the pug. The others were CR6s and 7s. The pug was supposed to be harder because he charged the whole group. That was the whole point.
All right.
CR10? What level are you guys?
5.
Well, they
Don't worry
fucking
about
it.
demolished them. They last night they beat the skeleton dragon, the CR12 vampire, and the 2 CR8s. Like that CR shit's bullshit.
Well, that's only if you give them freaking ridiculous +3 items.
Yeah.
No, they don't have anything crazy like that. I'm strong.
Well, there's something you're doing wrong there.
It's the crit rules.
Or
Could be
they're
that. Oh,
doing
yeah.
wrong and
I
they're
could
not
do it.
telling me.
I don't even get a turn. Like they roll initiative, and then they pretty much took the dragon had 197 health or something, and the dragon rolled the lowest, and they had it at 160 damage before his turn. Like, the fuck am I
Well,
supposed to do there?
A good trick against that is to just add more health as they take damage.
That's what
Yeah.
he's saying he did.
I didn't.
Really?
Y'all killed it the next turn. Whatever. Let's carry on
Admirable
to
restraint.
Neverwinter.
Nice.
Carry on. And even the big bad guys, they do like 40 damage in one turn, but then there's 6 fucking people hitting them anyway.
Oh, you have a party of 6?
Yeah.
That makes a big difference, actually.
Yeah. Multiple entities is way more important.
Well, and your action, what you need to
CRs
do
is,
is you need to introduce the action economy, because that's what
If there's any value to CR, it applies to
a party for.
Party of 4.
Yeah.
All right, so you camp. I guess let's do just for shits and giggles. Nope. Well, 16 does what? Nothing. Nothing happens tonight. You make it into Neverwinter. You get to Neverwinter. You speak to the guards at the gate. You're looking for the merchants' quarter. They, I assume that's exactly where you're going to go first.
Seems right.
Yeah. They point you. Well, they tell you where you need to go. You go through town. Massive fucking. Well, all you came from Neverwinter, so you're all familiar. You make it to the. Let's call it the guild shop. Little flea market type store. I'm just gonna throw you guys in here, and then we can go over what you guys want to try and buy and do. Glance. 1, 2,
We're
3.
getting rid of all the junk that we picked up along the way while we're here, I guess. Like all the extra weapons and shit.
Yeah, we just gotta go through so the cart and pony has shit on it. The party emblem thing has some shit in it. And then whatever y'all have in those inventories. So let me see what
did we decide? It was a third of the value in gold?
I'm
For
looking
the
at.
book.
I think it's third, right?
And then
whatever
with
you
the
want,
Harpers,
Jeremy.
we can get more? Is that what it was?
Yeah, you got a better deal with Harper's papers. So instead of like say 30% of the value, you're getting we'll call it 50%.
Oh, whatever it is, Bob.
20% off purchases.
So I have.
Yeah, give me. I gotta know. Well, I'll just go through. Y'all are selling all the bullshit like crossbows, scimitars,
Yeah.
longbows.
So I'm just gonna add it to the stuff in my inventory. If you're okay with that, Jeremy.
That's fine.
Okay, so that's 500.
I guess the rest of you think about what you might want to try and buy, like some armor, a weapon, potions, all that shit. While we figure out what we're gonna sell, then you already know what you want to buy.
So delete these.
I mean, Neverwinter, Massive City, pretty much anything you want to be found here for the right price or sexual favor.
Boy. Relax. What? Okay.
Let's see. That. Is anybody interested in a potion of growth? Really, that's it. Now that I think about it, is anybody interested in a potion of growth?
Not really.
No.
Okay. We can go ahead and sell that. That's another. Oh darn! It didn't do the math for me. I was hoping. That's 135. So I think that's everything I have. Oh, I have a potion of climbing. Maybe you want to keep a hold of that? Potion of invisibility and a potion of climbing.
We like
Invisibility
invisibility.
can be useful. Climbing, too, I guess.
Yeah. I have 3 coral gemstones that are worth 100 each. Do we have any need to keep those?
No, we're not doing components or anything. So.
Okay.
I think all the gems and agates and statuettes and all that shit can go. I sold all the stuff in your carts, and then in the party thing,
Okay.
gave you another like 250. And then it says what 16K for that crossbow. Are y'all selling the crossbow?
16K? Like 16,000?
That's the D&D's book price for that.
For the crossbow. Not the
Longbow, the
bow?
+3 longbow.
Okay. I mean, holy crap! Still, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's their official price. If we do all their stuff by their prices, then it should all work out, I think.
Yeah. I guess, man.
Yeah, I don't need it.
In reality, we would only get a third of that, but because the Harpers were getting half, so, I mean, still, that's 8,000. That's a lot of gold.
Well, and that is a lot of gold, so this merchant's probably going to try and Jew you down, and then y'all can.
Well, we'll have our. How about we leave it up to negotiations between 50% and 30% based off of our bard's capabilities in negotiating.
All right, charisma roll, charisma Jew the shopkeeper, charisma man.
Is he still here?
He's muted.
Here. I can do a charisma roll for him.
I mean, you can roll his charisma.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Can you drag out his character? There it is.
Yeah.
Actually, do I? I don't have access to his character. He's not in the PC's player characters and tab.
Let me drag him up. I can roll charisma. Oh, we're doing. What would this
Oh,
be?
he
Persuasion?
said BRB 5 minutes. Don't want anything. Maybe Ring of Protection. ID.
Yeah, Ring of Protection is probably out of our budget, but Cloaks
You
of
think?
Protection could be
You
useful.
have a ring of protection that you got from. Oh, but Ember's wearing it.
A Ring
You
of
got-
Protection is only 3,500 gold.
It's 3,500. And
Yeah.
where do you see the prices?
If you go into the compendium and look up the item, it'll say it in the top right.
Hold on. Compendium.
And so I have 2,207 gold in my inventory.
How?
That's what
For selling
we
all
have
this stuff.
gathered throughout the campaign to this point.
Yeah, so it's like the party pot, right?
That's
Yeah,
the, yeah,
yeah.
That's the whole. That's
That's-
all your stuff.
Yeah. But Jeremy said he sold off the stuff in the wagon, so we have a little bit more gold than that.
I put it in your inventory already. That's the 250 I put in there.
Oh, okay.
So
So
the
Oh,
shopkeeper
65.
offers
wait.
you right
when
off
did you
the
do
bat,
that, Jeremy?
just a minute ago.
Oh, do you remember what I was at? Because
1707, and I think I
okay.
brought you to
You got us up to
1957.
1900. Gotcha. I was worried you put it in like right as I wiped the number kind of deal, you know? Yeah, so we're at 2,000 gold as a party. If we sell the bow, we can get anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 ish. So that puts our total at between 6,000 and 8,000. Now, 3,500 is a lot to spend for a ring, for one person, but you know, like also
When you got
he-
that's
he's-
the he could just take the glass stuff because I mean Wayne never uses mage armor, so mage armor would just replace.
I thought the glass staff was just like part of my defense.
No, it casts stuff. I think it does give you some defense, but the big thing about it is it casts. You can cast mage armor and shield with it.
Yo, what the fuck? Jeremy.
What?
I have a Cloak of Shadows in my inventory, right? I don't remember where I got that from.
From the cards.
That's
It
the
whispers
plus.
to you.
That's the +1 to stealth, or
Yeah,
gives you
that is on-
advantage on stealth.
Is that supposed to be a? Because there's a Cloak of Shadows in the compendium, which is entirely different from the one that and it's a fucking monk item. Like it's made for a monk.
Oh,
Seems
see,
really overpowered.
Where do
I
you
think this is a
see?
semi-cursed item that you have, by the way. Like,
Oh wait,
Yeah,
hold on.
What you have is lightly cursed. No one's gonna buy it. It's just for you.
Okay, never mind. It's a. I thought I was in a. Never mind. I didn't say anything.
Hey kids, you want to buy a cloak that wants you to kill yourself?
yeah.
Starting bid is 250 gold. Any takers?
I
you
bet
don't
there's
say
somebody
that.
out there that would buy that.
Mhm.
Just saying.
I'm so
Um,
edgy. Give me it. So edgy.
I
So
would
he-
like to have,
Yeah.
I'd like to have $1,500 to get goggles of night.
Goggles of might.
Night for dark vision.
Okay, hold on. Shub, are you back yet?
I am.
Okay,
indeed.
so we're trying to sell the bow, and as our resident charisma expert, we figured you should talk to the.
Yes, you show the arms merchant your papers. You sell him all your other shit. He's giving you good prices. You throw the bow on the table. He's like, well, this is a high value item. I'll give you 4,800 for it. So do you want to
So if we
I
were to get
bargain
our
that.
normal, I mean, what is a discount when you make more money? What do you call a discount that makes you more money?
You're trying
Like,
to get a better
we're trying
deal.
to.
You can
Well,
have
so
it.
everything else we were able to sell at 50% of market
Right.
value.
We'll try
With
and
this,
haggle on this or
he's
something.
cutting us down to like 30%.
The item itself is very valuable, but the tale behind it I can regale you with, and I will proceed to regale you with a tale that's definitely true. Let me just not
16?
16. That was with Lucky, which I believe I can use on this. But yeah, that's all I've got. Wait, I
If
guess
I call that a
I
little
can
over.
re-roll that maybe. You guys want me to inspiration re-roll? If you'll let me do it.
What did you roll a 16?
16 total, but that was like relatively low roll. That was 10.
You already have advantage on this roll. Well, you rolled with advantage.
Right, yeah, from Lucky. So, wait, you're right. It's probably reworded so that I can't do it twice, huh?
I'm not sure actually.
Well, let us find out.
So we'll do it like this. So I'm calling that like 78% or something.
Yeah, it just says that
You could use
78?
inspiration.
78 is good enough. I mean, I could
54. He'll go up 5400.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's not.
But if you want to re-roll it, you have to take whatever.
Statistically, we come out ahead.
Yeah.
The break
It's
point
fine.
is 20.
If you roll like a 2 next time, you have to take 4800.
Right, but the chances of rolling 2 twice on 2 20s,
Well,
very unlikely.
just
What
saying.
could possibly go wrong?
Like you said, we're statistically ahead, and if you roll higher, you'd only be getting us to 6,000.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's
think
not.
we'll keep it.
Um,
So delete that bow, add 5400. Murky, go ask around for goggles of night. You gotta get a
goggles
tin.
as in to get night vision.
Yeah.
It's night
Okay.
vision, yeah.
I have a spell that can give you night vision.
Yeah, but
Well, it gives you dark vision, not night vision. But
yeah.
and hold on, what level? I'm level 5 now, so I have more infusions. Let me check real quick, okay? Before we spend a bunch of money on it, because I might be able just to give you an infusion.
Jeremy, what's the going rate for a ring of protection or a cloak of protection?
Whatever shows in the ring of protection. I think
It was 3,500 or something like
It's
that.
it's a second level spell slot that you'd have to spend every time. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to check to see if I have a night vision infusion.
How do I find it?
compendium. Ring of protection is 3,500.
Oh Jesus!
Goggles of night. Yeah, I can make you some goggles of night. Actually,
I'll take him.
yeah. So I'll just do that instead of my alchemy jug. I haven't really been using my alchemy jug anyways.
It's so useless, the alchemy jet. I never understood why it's in the game.
Well, it's so you can. I mean, like it's
8 liters of
RP
mayonnaise
stuff.
if you want.
Well, no, it's like the
Yeah,
oil.
yeah.
If you do oil every day, you could have a barrel of oil kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's very much like a RP item.
Yeah.
Or a barrel of mayonnaise. Come on, think
But
bigger.
it's just one of the things because like the other one's a bag of holding, and like let's be honest, none of us have been looking at our character weight anyways. So bag of holding is kind of pointless. Rope of climbing is what I had thought maybe would be useful, but
What's our discount? Like our Harper discount?
50%.
20%.
20% purchasing.
Oh, on purchase? Oh, nice.
Yeah, 50% better sell prices.
When we get to level 6, we might want to consider purchasing some of those goggles for you just to free up the infusion, because then we can have I can do boots of Elvenkind or cloak or whatever, eyes of charming.
It like a few times, at least 3-4 times since the start of this campaign, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna scout ahead," but we were in a fucking dark cave or some shit, and I had to light up a torch. So
Yeah, and
I
then
mean, it's not
everybody
the end
knows
of the
where we
world if
are.
I don't have it. It's just
No,
kinda
I'll
the
give it
thing
to you
that
right
I-
now.
What is it? Wait, what does the goggles cost? Did we ever find out?
1,500 gold.
Well, that's pretty
15.
cheap. I mean, all things considered, like if we're buying magic items anyway, why don't we just free up the infusion slot for something else? And then, because like,
Because at this point, I don't really have anything. Well, I guess I could. Yeah, no,
well,
that's
I mean,
fair.
you can someone AC, and that's pretty freaking good. If AC costs, if 1 point of AC is going to cost us 3,500, and night vision is going to cost us 1,500, then the infusion would be better spent
On the AC.
replacing a ring of protection than it would replace.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Are you wearing what armor are you wearing? Keith?
I'm using mage armor from the invocation, the warlock invocation.
How much are bracers of defense?
Those things are super high level, no?
Are they? I wasn't sure, so that's not an option. Um,
Aren't they like very rare or something?
So we have 75 or 7,607 gold.
Oh, they're
so
wonders.
wearing no
6,000 for bracers of defense.
Well, if you guys wanted to spend all of our available money on getting me those, I would be extremely difficult to hit because I'm planning on using mirror image when the shit hits the fan. So that he would have to hit 20, and then he would have to break through a mirror image. That said, I think maybe we should spread the power around a little bit.
But aren't you? Did you just say you are wearing armor, or it's?
Mage armor, mage armor.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, what about robes of protection? I thought
Yeah, but that's one instead of two. Bracers of defense, technically, and this is, very gamey, because we're getting a 20% discount. It makes more sense to bracers of defense than it does anything else. But at the same time, I don't think we really need to. I'm already relatively difficult to kill. I get 12 free temporary hit points from False Life. I have Mirror Image. I have 17 AC. I think I'm going to be just fine. If anything,
Okay.
we get the Bracers of Defense and we give them to Thoros
you
so that when he
you
gets by the enemies, he can survive.
when you're going around
Oh,
asking
okay.
about like robes of protection, the ring of defense, all this stuff, you come a little corner stall in the back room behind the garbage is the little goblins booth, and he doesn't have anything like that, but he holds up this little purple rock, and it tells you you use this, you hard hit, and he wants 1,200 gold. A stone of protection.
Can I do an
Oh,
investigation
the
to see if it's
Ion
real?
stone.
Ion stone. How the fuck is
Ion
that?
stone. Yeah, those
Ion.
things are cool.
Is he for real? Does someone with an insight check want to see if he's ripping us off?
Investigation or insight?
He says, see, you watch, and he tosses the stone up in the air, and it starts to orbit around his head, and he says, "You hit me." Roll to hit.
I stab him in the face with my packed weapon.
You miss. He says, "See, you real good."
Damn, that's crazy, I say. What the
Yeah,
fuck is this?
Iron stone of protection, 1,200 gold. Take her to leave it.
That's pretty good. I mean, like the advantage with the ring or even the cloak. I think it gives you bonuses to saves also. But $1,200, a lot cheaper.
I think
For all
Jeremy's
the
just trying to get us to freaking purchase something.
No, just another option that's I think that's why it's half price. You don't get anything for saves. It's just damage, and in a real shitty situation, it can be destroyed.
But not while it's being worn usually.
No.
Unless you run into like a rust
Something has
monster.
to target it directly, or it'd be an AOE attack, but it has an AC of 24 and resistance to all damage.
It is cheap.
Or
Cheap. I say.
And you have a gem floating around your head all the time.
I do like to be fancy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So if we get this, is it we gonna get the discount on this too, or no?
Yeah, 20% off 1200.
And then we would have enough to buy something else easily.
Yeah. How much do we have?
Accountant?
You
How much do we have?
Sorry.
No,
Let's see. We've got 7,600.
so we could get
26.
this and one other, or like we could get this braces of protection for Thoros if that's the direction we wanted to go, or like 2 other smaller items.
How many stones does he have for sale?
Ooh, good question.
He's got just the one. And he'll 960 for the stone with your discount, your Harper papers. Who doesn't have anything? Sarah's got a ring now.
I don't have a
You've
ring,
got your
but I got my
stone
staff.
thing. You got a staff. I think Lauren's the only one that doesn't have any cool magic key thing, right?
I mean, I got a pistol.
Oh, so Lauren and
But I've got my
Jane.
infusion, so it's kind of like, yeah.
It's magic. Not yet.
I got that bonus from that card I drew. It didn't come with an item though.
Oh, the bonus.
I could get a staff of fireball for 16K.
Even with
you could just buy Lauren the Holy Avenger Greatsword.
Icon.
165,000.
So how many?
Okay,
rocks did you say you had?
here's my question actually. How many alchemy jugs could I sell before they caught on that it was an item that only lasted 2 days outside of my inventory?
Do you really
Probably
want
2
to
days
ever
worth.
winter?
So I could sell 3 is what you're saying.
And be wanted and never winter?
No. We make you sell them.
And I'm wanted and never winter?
Yeah, I don't have any issues with that. I mean, we'd be getting 18K golds.
If this, so just my plans for this group, if we can play,
And we feel.
the next thing we go into once we finish Fandelver, if we continue playing, it's totally pretty much focused in Neverwinter.
Okay, so. Nah, I was just joking anyways. If I was a freaking
Next
neutral
level,
evil character, oh, for sure, but.
I would like a if we're okay with that. And did you say he had more than one rock, or is it just?
No, he's only got the one rock for 960.
I'm not even going to be racist and ask if the goblin stole it. I'm just going to purchase it and ask no questions. Because he seems
Hey,
like an upstanding society.
Maybe we can get a +1 shield for Dorcas. You use the shield, right?
Yeah, she's a shield with her mace.
Those are pretty cheap. 1,500. That's another AC +1.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, that's way better than like a ring or something.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe
I
we
don't really
could get
need magic stuff. I think I'm doing okay now.
Maybe we get some decent healing potions too.
What's a shield +2 cost? Oh, 6K. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say if somebody needs a shield +2, I'll make that one because I have
get
one.
the purple rock, the nods for Vlad, and then some like maybe like a scroll of resurrection or something, and some.
I have Revivify.
Oh, never mind. Scratch that then. We got that.
My
Oh.
shield already says +2. It says increases your armor class by 2.
Yep, and then
Oh,
shield
shit.
+1 would increase it by 3.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
says
The
I can
shield
only
by
benefit it one at a time. One shield at a time.
By default, the shield increases your AC by 2. If you get a +1 shield, it's +2/+1. So it's like +3.
So I would
Hold
still
up.
only carry 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can.
Your existing one.
Okay, Jeremy. How much would it cost for me to buy tattooing tools?
I love the whole tattoo things. So yeah. Buy you a whole setup, and maybe you have to pay someone to teach you, or do you already know how to do it, like an artificial thing?
Well, so artificers can create tools with an hour. Like if they spend an hour, they can create a set of tools, but it's not like that's not a tool set that's in the game
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Uh,
I think
but-
you could get tattoo stuff easy. I don't. Maybe I think that could get a little wonky if you're able to do tattoos. So maybe not you guys can do tattoos, but there is magical. There's shops where you can go to in
well,
Neverwinter to
so
get tattoos.
I'm my character is one like I have an option where if I right click on the spell, I can create tattoo,
Everyone has that.
right? But I can only do common, right? Because of the artificer's ability to create common items
Mhm.
with the ability, so it would only be up to a first level spell. So it's kind of like nerfed in that regards where you can only go so far. But yeah. If you want us to have to go to somebody, then that's fine.
Yeah, I think just the magical tattoo parlor is we had fun with that on our thing. So
And are we only considering? Is there only items from the new PHB in the world?
no, absolutely not. That's why I said to kind of think of what you want, and that's why I was about to offer to Lauren. You see a group of clerics shopping. They overhear you looking at stuff because you're walking around like, "Hey, man, I'm a cool paladin. What kind of stuff you got that a paladin would like?" And they come up to you and say, if you bring it to our Church of Catholicism, um,
Catholicism.
well, we can imbue your mace with the mighty power of Christopher, and um, give it some radiant damage. We'll do this for it's a process, right? So I can think 2,000 gold, and we'll give your mace some.
That's
So,
expensive.
Did how much have we spent so far?
960.
Technically.
Oh, if you
But
buy the stone,
I want
960.
the shiny rock. That can be my thing, and then I won't bug anybody anymore. I promise.
Well, you flash the papers at those guys. I'm giving straight prices, right? So what 2,000 minus 20% would be 400, 1,600.
Can we just build the whole shopping list before we pull the trigger, just in case someone finds something really cool?
Well, I was gonna say, Thoros, because there was one magic item that is usually pretty cheap and is like made for clerics, is Amulet of the Devout. It increases your spell DC.
Ooh, yeah, you
Like
need that for
DC
that sacred
saving
flame,
throw.
man.
Yeah, so the
Well, I was thinking
the
that's what I
base,
was thinking. Anything that would give me increased intelligence, but
would it be wisdom for you?
What did you do
or
for
wisdom.
your?
Yeah, wisdom.
Did you do increase on your stats for?
Holy shit! Amulet about +3. It says 5 gold.
Amulet of what?
Devout. The +3 amulet of Devout is 5
Well,
gold.
that's probably because it's cleric specific and it doesn't need to be something expensive. You know what I mean?
That's clearly a mistake, but
Yeah.
I don't know where you're looking at. I don't see it. In
Compendium. I just put amulet of the, and those were the 3 popped up.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Compendium packs. Is that what I should be looking at?
I know there's compendium packs, and then you just type the search bar.
Yeah, and I
Not coming up.
don't know. I don't see. It's not popping up for me. So the
No.
+1 amulet is uncommon. The +2 is rare, and the +3 is very rare.
So it's probably supposed to be very. I think a rare staff was 16K.
Well, this was an
something like
amulet.
that. So the
They're listing it
uncommon
as
is-
uncommon, rare, and
Oh, you could use
freeze.
the DMG's recommended prices for rarity by rarity if you wanted.
So uncommon items are like the basic magic items. They're like in the 1500 to 2500 range usually, something like that. I'm not sure exactly.
Tasha's lists them at in order of +1, +2, +3, 1500, 5000, 20,000.
There you go. So 1500 for a +1 to your. Because you keep missing these fucking save
Well,
spells.
+1 would give me another
5% more chance to succeed.
Yeah.
What is it that you're at right now? What's your
17,
save?
18 would give me +1.
Oh
more.
yeah, that'd be great. I mean, you would have. That's a darn near guaranteed hit on like one of those bandits we were just fighting.
And also increases your spell attack, but I don't think you have so many of those.
No, I'm healing focused, so
I'd get the +1 shield for Dorcas and the Devout for Oros.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If I get the +1, that I was thinking anything that brings up my wisdom, but yeah.
So you got your stone. Sorry, go ahead.
What's this staff of defense even does for you? Can we sell
It gives me defense, but also like
But
I
that's only
didn't
if you use it, right? Like,
yeah, there's two things that I didn't know until today. That it has 10 charges and it can give major armor and shields.
Oh, so it's the shield spell.
yeah.
Yeah,
So if
mage armor.
it's used, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had all this stuff until
But
today.
also, in order to use the spell, the shield spell, it means that you're being targeted, which is not often the case, right? I'm not sure, but you tell me.
Well, he did just get
I had quite a
pelted
bit
by
of-
arrows.
Oh, yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I think he was the one that took the first shot.
I can cast some mage armor on somebody.
Yeah, mage armor kind of sucks.
Yep.
What does it do?
Like, I think everyone has a better AC now, so.
Yeah.
Still +1. The stone. What else?
The Devout.
For 1500, 1200 with the discount.
Whatever's left over, I would like to top off on tools because that gives us kind of automatic successes for things if we need to.
You're spending 3360 so far.
Do we find nods? The night vision goggles, night goggles, whatever they're called.
Yeah, forgot about that. I mean, it's not a must for in my case. So
No,
like,
no, let's go ahead and pick it up. I mean, that's disadvantage for no reason, unless we light up a torch. And since we've been having you doing all of our sneaking.
Yeah, I guess.
It's
With
only out to 60 feet for 1500. They couldn't even make it equal to the dwarven racial dark vision.
Well,
What is
that's
it?
the reason is 1500
60
gold
feet?
for a racial. Like,
There's more things here.
If you already have it, it increases by 60 feet, but still, that's kind of silly.
what is the racial dwarven dark vision?
I thought it was
90, I
90,
think.
but I'm starting to question that now.
I think it's 60. Well, in
Dark vision
2014
out to 120 just for being short? Are you smoking crack?
120.
I should
But
have been a
that's-
dwarf.
that's the reason why it's only half of that, right? Like, is because
that
the
true?
racial is 120. So if you were to
A
give an
dwarf
item
wearing
that's
the goggles of night can see out to 180 feet.
Oh, that's interesting.
New dwarven sniper build unlocked. Holy shit! I
It was 60 in 2014. They changed it to 120 in 2024.
Most
In
maps
2014,
that
the
you
only
play on aren't even that big.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Hey, let's get the nods. What's that put our total to?
That drops
It's
us another.
1,500 minus 20%. So whatever that. I guess that would be.
I guess somebody.
60.
We're at
would be
4560, or we're minus 4560.
4560 total with the night vision goggles.
What's it gonna cost to buy you?
We're
one of each kind of
subtracting
tool?
4560.
So far, if you buy the stuff.
Our current bill is that number.
So we're at 3,347.
And you guys pretty much all have some small amounts of gold in your inventories.
I have
I mean,
50 gold. 50
Yeah,
gold.
not talking much, but a few hundred extra gold too.
That's lemonade money. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
What's it gonna cost to buy the tools that you want?
I think tools on average are between 20 and 50.
And how many are there? Like, what's it? Let's just get all of them, unless it's.
Let's see, tools. There should be. You know what? Let me go to right tool for the job. So alchemist supplies.
What about some fucking armor for the hardcore wolf?
yeah,
or
that's very
50,
important.
20, 10.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah,
remember
they're all
that we
fairly
have
cheap,
also
like-
the other guys too.
Well, there's Sarah.
Or
missing,
there's only
that's
Sarah.
somewhere.
That's it.
Yeah, so we should probably just save some money to kit her out. But we gotta buy armor for a hardcore wolf. That's obvious. What's his base AC right now?
I'd say it's less than 200 to buy all the tools.
Yeah, let's just
So-
do it.
How much?
Less than 200.
I don't know.
I didn't do the exact math, but like I just kind of skimmed through. There's only 2 that are 50, and the rest are like what the intent.
Those are like artisans tools, right? Or like whatever, like
Yeah.
all the just normal tools.
Yeah, artisans tools. Like I already have thieves tools, and
You're like proficient with all the tools, or what?
let me check. Right tool for. I don't think I'm proficient per se, but like I can use all of the tools. You know how like you normally need to be proficient. Oh wait, hold on. Tool proficiency.
You can kit Hardcore Wolf out for
Yeah,
about 120 gold total with
There you
the
go.
discount.
And
Fucking do it.
what does that get us?
That's gonna give him. What's his dexterity? +2. That put him at 14 AC.
Yo,
Can we-
hold on.
Can we enchant it? Can we get +1 armor? Wolf armor?
I guarantee you, I could give it a freaking enhanced defense.
Yeah, well, that comes next. First, we
But
gotta...
the +1 goes up to like 1200. It's a big jump.
Perfect. That's good. Yeah. +1.
Hold on. I want him to be able to cast fireball.
Ooh, that might be a tough tell.
Yeah, no. That's
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Can we?
A
can
better
we
investment for Dorcas than the shield is just a plain old set of full plate. It's the same price, but AC goes up by 2 instead of 1.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah, she don't have to worry about a shield.
I mean, she
Or-
can. She uses a shield as well, so she'd
That's
have
another
20
+1.
AC with the full
The
plate.
cleric steps in. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but has anyone told you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and what He can do for your paladin's mace for 1,600 gold?
Oh, what is it?
Do tell.
Well, it's probably not so awesome, but yeah, add a 1d6 to all her damage for radiant.
Yeah, I mean the pally, like the fucking gameplay loop is he gets in the thick of it and spams the fucking
Right?
smites. Like that's
Yeah.
that's what it is. So she needs as high AC as she can get and fucking No, D6 Radiant.
Well, we
is
should
definitely
probably.
the first
Can we do any like boots of increased movement for her?
I was thinking about that. There's boots of speed, but I think they're pretty expensive.
They're pricey. I looked at that for her, and she just got Misty Step. So
Let's not forget that Dorcas's favored play pattern is launch Guiding Bolt until you
I
cannot
know,
be
but
there, and then
wait,
go
I-
in after. It's a real
yeah,
smart
normally she jumps into shit. She was just so far away from
no,
everything.
that's fine. The thing with Misty Step is it's one less smite to use. Every Misty Step, right? Because it's a fucking spell slot.
Yeah.
Well, hers is from High Elf though, right? So she gets one free. Is she not a
Okay.
High Elf? I thought she was a High Elf. I don't know. Don't
Think
listen to me. I
she's
don't know what
half.
I'm talking about. She's half elf. Never mind. I take it all back.
Yeah, plate armor for $1,200. So do that instead of the shield.
What's it cost for plate armor +1? Just out of curiosity.
Oh boy.
Oh, a lot. It is 3,000, but it's just 19 instead of 18. So
Yeah. So plate armor
I
plus
put her
1
AC at 21.
would put it to 21, and it's not like if you're already going to drop the 1,200 for plate armor in the first place, then all of a sudden the 1,800 for the +1 doesn't seem so bad. That
I
seems
mean,
like
I'm gonna if it doesn't fit, I'm good with that honestly. And I don't if we need a couple of additional bucks, let's just leave the Goggle and Knights behind and
Hey,
get
how
that
much
for
does
real.
it cost for the Bard, not Warlock, to sell his soul for an extra like 3,000 gold?
I've forsworn all oaths to save those
Yeah,
to see pageantry.
Exactly, which means it just doesn't matter to you.
I'm just saying that someone else perhaps already has that.
Yes, I know. That's my
that
point.
particular I don't really know what you're
that
getting at
that
here.
puts her at 21 with the shield.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
good.
that's 22 after we spend that last infusion on AC and off to the races, baby.
So difference there, we'll be adding an extra 1,200.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so we can buy the shiny rock, all of the tools, the plate armor, the wolf armor that gives him 14 AC, and that's all we have in the cart right now.
My ring, right? Or amulet.
Oh, the amulet.
Yeah, I mean,
Amulets in there. How much are all the tools? I don't have that in there.
Like less than 200. I can do the math, but like, here, hold on.
180. Sounds good.
We'll just do a bulk deal with somebody.
That puts you at too many digits in that number. 59.40.
So we can
how much do we have total?
7K.
You 59.40 is your bill, and you're like
We were at 7907. What was the bill?
There's still room for
59.40?
the Goggle
Yeah,
and
I think
Knights.
we still get nods.
Yeah, get the nods. That leaves us with 300 ish.
How much was the price on those?
15,
1500, I
so
thought.
it's
Well,
1200.
and
1200?
whatever our discount is, yeah.
71.40.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, baby. A commercial success.
this is it.
Hold on. Give me a second to think about something. I might.
Alright.
We just bucked the shit out of the pally.
Yeah. We
I
could
guess I'll start going first now.
yeah.
Well, we did lose our barbarian tank, so
Yeah,
How
there
about-
you go.
I'm pretty
Um,
good when I want to be.
I mean, so
Did
am
you
I,
guys
man.
want
I have
to look
18
at-
AC as well.
I'm not 21
Magical-
AP tanky, but
Did y'all want to look at magical tattoos before you spend money?
yeah, sure.
Oh,
What
boy.
they got?
Oh, I'm supposed to know what I got?
Oh,
Yeah.
do you not know what you got?
So magical tattoos are going to be really expensive if we
Yeah,
can.
they're gonna be pricey, and we do like the same thing we do in our in our in-person game. So what was it? You can have as many as per your Constitution modifier.
Oh,
Yeah. So like for Lauren, that's 2. I don't know what the rest of you are, but
Yeah, it'd be
Do they
2.
and then depending on what you want, is how the price affects it, right?
do you still have to attune to them if it's equal to your constitution?
Well, attunement is
Let me-
what
let
you
me-
you spend an hour petting your tattoo and you're attuned.
A maximum of 3 magical items attuned.
Okay, so max, your tattoo
Oh,
is
I
up
see
to
what
5th
you're
level. You
Yeah,
have
no,
to
we
pay
won't
whatever
count
the
it.
rarity is. So common, uncommon, or rare. So for common, it would be, or uncommon would be 1,500. Rare would be 5,000 or whatever it was. So and common, I guess would be whatever. But like, so the disadvantage of, well, maybe I could make the tattoos for common, but then somebody else would have to tattoo them. Is that how that would work?
I think you just go you go to the tattoo shop and say, I want the tattoo of Fireball, and I'll be like, okay, well, it's going to cost you 5K, and you can cast Fireball once per long rest with it, or whatever.
So Tasha's spell rod tattoo for 3rd level is uncommon.
No. Tattoos disappear after the spell is cast.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not talking about official. This is like
Okay.
we're doing our little made up fun things because we had tattoos in our in-person game. They were super cool. We loved it. We got like tattoos of dicks on my tramp stamp.
Oh, never mind. It is official rule that the tattoo vanishes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid. Like, why would you get a tattoo? Just buy the fucking scroll.
Because they're cheaper than scrolls.
So you get a
Oh.
3rd level spell.
You're getting your insurance tattooed into your skin, is what it is.
That's a hell of an expensive fireball. Holy shit!
And if, like, let's say you get captured and lose all your items, you still have a tattoo.
Yeah.
I
And not
guess
just
it's
Hunger
useful
tattoos
for-
they don't have to be just spells, right? Like you can get, if y'all want to
they're
spend a
really-
lot, we can give you a tattoo that makes you it's kind of like blur on you. You get there's your AC bonus or
Yeah.
initiative proficiency or something. Whatever.
There's a tattoo. Armor class becomes 15 plus dex. That would be like crazy for me, but it's a rare tattoo, right? So it's hell of expensive.
That's expensive. But still, that's a big buff to AC, right? Like,
If you have high dex, yeah. Oh, never mind. Maximum of +2. Yeah, it kind of sucks.
oh yeah, that does. Because otherwise, it'd be unarmored defense of the barbarian, pretty
But
much.
you can use a shield with it. So
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like those are pricey anyway. So next time we're in Neverwinter, and y'all got another chunk of cash because y'all about to. If y'all buy the items, y'all are gonna be broke anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go broke.
All right, so delete the 7140 and everyone grab their items. Or do you need me to give them to you?
I guess I can grab
Drag
it.
one in.
Where are they
drag it
at?
in my- Yeah, there we go.
Plate is already in Lauren's inventory. Wayne, what were you getting?
Just that emblem. Oh, I got the goggles of night for some reason, but
The devout. I'll drag
Oh,
those.
never
into
mind. Sorry, I dragged them in your inventory. I'll delete them. And I'll bring them in mine. I was looking at your shit.
I put it in your inventory, Wayne. Next fight we get in, you're gonna have to make sure that that it's doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know if it's gonna be automatic.
it should be, but
Well, it
Add
says your spell DC is 14 here, so
I think it was 14 before though.
did you say 17 earlier?
No, my spell, like my wisdom was, but it was 13 before, but I think it was 14 before.
Yeah.
Well, your spell DC should be 8 plus proficiency.
Oh, there it
plus
is.
wisdom
Now it's
modifier.
15. Yeah, now it's
You
15.
have to hit the attunement cog. Yeah. Yep.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Add 50 gold because Lauren sold her whatever chain. Yeah, chainmail.
What's our total at from before? You said you did the
7140 was your bill.
So we'll do 40.
And we didn't get anything for Ember. We suck.
We still have 500
And she just got that Ring of Defense last weekend.
Yeah, she's good.
While she's gone, I'm gonna take her ring of defense. No, I'm just kidding.
She's on the toilet again. She doesn't need it.
I cast suggestion. Please loan me your ring of defense until the end of this next fiscal quarter.
That's all right. She's mainly a caster, anyways, right? Like she doesn't need it.
How are we doing on potions, actually?
We have a couple. I have 2 healing potions.
I have 1.
I would like at least 1.
Yeah, her ring was worth 3,500, so yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, how much are potions of like superior or supreme healing? 450. Ouch.
450 for superior.
A greater. 150. Do we want to pick up a couple of greater healing potions? It's 44 plus 4.
Yeah, I'd like at least 1.
Let me go grab a drink while you
Give it to Thoros in case he gets freaking jumped or something.
Yeah, Thoros definitely needs 1 because he's, if he goes down, healer down, and then we all.
Well,
yeah, and I don't have any of my healing spells prepared.
The paladin can heal, the druid can heal, we have a cleric that can heal. I feel like we're not, we're not this.
Yeah, I have a lot of healing. A lot.
Okay.
More a panic thing. Well, in that case, what about a potion of speed? How about some methamphetamine for your good friend?
Yeah, some crack.
The
monk.
warlock? We should both. Yeah, we should both have a potion of speed. They're only 400 with our discount. And that
we could do one.
Fine, take some meth and we just go in.
We have 500 gold left, so we could do 1.
Yeah, no.
Unless we get into selling the alchemy jugs, like if we start doing that, then.
I don't know. About
Hey, greater good and all,
Wait, why do I have a tattoo? Oh, right, yeah. I put that on for to test it. I don't actually have a tattoo, regrettably.
Is it of something embarrassing?
No, it was mirror image. The least embarrassing spell.
Right,
Yeah, maybe.
Nice shopping spree.
I really feel like we should get Vlad a potion of speed. Just because 7 attacks is a lot of it. Well, I guess it's 6, but still. He's got extra attack. And so haste is basically an extra 2 attacks per turn, and those can topple. And like, as far as panic buttons go, that's big damage.
Well, hold on. Is it though? Because he has to drink the potion.
As a bonus.
Yeah,
but isn't one of his attacks a bonus? Oh, that's why it's 7 and not 8.
No, well, I guess he loses 2 attacks the turn that he drinks it.
Unless somebody else makes him drink
for a full minute. Or yes, someone can also, strangely enough, feed it to him with their bonus action. So, we'll have Vlad's handler hand him the methamphetamine. Then he will go nuts.
I'm sure I could jury rig something like one of those beer hats, like where you tears upside down.
I cast catapult targeting Vlad.
I mean, dude. I've got glass blowers tools now. I mean, we should be able to make something work.
Make it a fucking beer hat. All right, just fuck really hard when you want the meth, okay?
For the 7, actually, that's a thing I didn't think about. I needed a weapon that nicks.
That what?
Oh, I can't have weapon proficiencies. Not weapon masteries.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I actually
don't have those.
Glance is using Nick, but I had to actually take the feat to get it. So
what is Nick?
That's lame. Nick is the extremely balanced dual wielding thing where you get weapon mastery with a Nick weapon, and you may make your offhand attack as part of the attack. So if I swing with a dagger, I would be able normally to attack with another dagger as a bonus action. Nick Weapon Mastery says I just make the secondary attack once per turn without using my bonus action as part of the initial attack, if that makes sense. I'm notoriously bad at explaining things.
Don't scimitars have that too?
As a matter of fact, they do.
They're better than daggers, right?
They, yeah. So my packed weapon is a scimitar. It does psychic damage, and then my other, then I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade to get the other one, which is light. So Nick with the packed weapon, Shadow Blade and it's nuts, is what it is, and it's gonna be so good. Of course, it's concentration, so it's gonna be a real problem.
So the feat is Weapon Master. Is that what it is?
Yep, Weapon Master, and I think it's a half feat, so you get a stat out of it too.
Wow, I should have done that too. Holy shit! That's exactly what I need.
It's not too late. We've only fought one person. I'm sure they'll let you go back. And by they, I mean Jeremy. I don't know why it's a day.
Can I go back, Jeremy? I didn't know it existed.
Well, you did double level today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. You can have it if you want.
Nice.
The double scimitar gang walks forward to go get lit up by a fireball, just like the good old days when it was you in the know.
So this means that I have to get rid of
An ability score.
Oh.
Assuming you did an ability score improvement. But
I have to revisit the rules on Nick because it has to be with a different weapon, right?
Yeah, so it let me just look it up. It has to be your offhand light weapon. It's worded very precisely.
But then Nick
yeah.
Mastery has to be on both weapons, or only the one
Only
that makes the initial?
Yes, only the initial hit. And then basically it says if you were to make an attack with a second weapon that has the light property, you instead make it as part of the attack once per turn.
When you make the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action. I feel like the nick has to be on the weapon that you're doing the extra attack with. Huh?
We'll try. Let's look.
I remember having this discussion with another group of people, and it was like blurry at best.
It's definitely interestingly worded.
Yeah, it's like really open for interpretation.
I guess it doesn't really matter because you don't have to actually hit. So it could be either, right?
Yeah.
So you just say, I'm making the attacks in the order that matters. But I guess that only works if you're targeting one person. Let's see. When you make the extra attack of the light property, meaning that it's already been triggered, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of as a bonus action. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of ambiguous which one it's supposed to be.
I would say that applies to the second attack. So as you're about to make that second attack with that weapon, that light weapon that you're holding, then if it has the nick property, you use the attack action instead of the bonus.
Okay. This is Reddit, so no one. It has to be true.
How many people have herbalism kits?
They're saying that Nick modifies the way that the light property is applied, which would mean that no one agrees, and I don't think there's an official ruling.
I don't have an
Did you say herbalism kit, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's
something on D&D Beyond.
Like I don't think that's
Well, Ember's got one. It's from the certain backgrounds. So I just read something that I like. If you have an herbalism kit, which means you have proficiency in using it.
Mm-hmm.
For long rest, you can make 1d4 salves, which are half. Was it
Half of a
1d4 plus
potion.
4? Yeah, and on a 4, you get 3 of those plus 1 potion of healing.
Oh wow, that's really good actually.
What's a regular potion? Is 2d4 plus 4, so that the salves would be 1d4 plus 4.
And if you
And
roll a
then
4, you get a potion.
you get a regular. You find like the real good herbs, the real good mushrooms out there.
Proficiency with this kit's required to create antitoxin and potions healing. So you could create antitoxin as well.
Yeah. That'll help on the potion side of things because potions are pricey.
Yeah, I have
So
the
y'all got
alchemist tools now. So maybe if in conjunction with someone doing herbalism, we could create.
yeah, can probably figure something out.
Oh, maybe I don't have the alchemists. I need to drag those in.
So y'all got everything y'all want potion wise.
I'm good.
Did we pick up a potion of speed?
I don't know.
Okay, so the consensus seems to be when you trigger light, regardless of what triggers it, at this point, you make the decision. Will I attack with a Nick weapon and not use my bonus action? Or will I attack with a light weapon and use my bonus action? Therefore, Nick has to be the one that activates.
Second weapon.
It's just really good that the rules are so clear. It's like I'm playing a
I
game.
know.
Okay.
It's so bad.
So it looks like haste is selling for 400.
Yeah, the crack cocaine.
Yeah.
So 320 if you want to buy that.
320.
Are we buying it?
Well, how much is the scimitar?
I think. $25 gold.
Alright,
I ain't giving you no discount on that. You pay full price.
Damn it. I'll take it from my personal pouch.
All right, we're down to 197. Go ahead and put a potion of speed in there too. Might as well. We'll just have to make Ember some cash for the next time we have to.
Yeah, we need more loot. Potion speed.
Well, if everyone's here next weekend and we get through what we're supposed to get through, there'll be plenty of loot.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, not plenty, but
Our whole
Maybe we
session
should
today.
just, like,
Our whole session today was shopping and a random encounter on the road.
I'm talking about Harkin Atlas.
Yeah.
we can.
Well, that was while
maybe
everybody
we
was
can,
doing
like,
their.
Maybe we just put masks on and go raiding nearby villages.
And turn into bandits.
I will make a. There is a bank in Neverwinter. I have a whole week to make the map, and
Oh, dude. My guy's a little squirrely when it comes to tools now. So I can crack that vault.
Yeah, I can scout ahead.
Well, let's see. I think it would be like, yeah. So we have a free pass on locks that are 15 AC or lower, but a vault would be a higher than 15 AC. So
Plus one scimitar is 1,000 gold. Did you get some of those plans?
what scimitar is 1,000 gold? The regular scimitar is 20.
No, plus
Yeah,
one
plus
scimitar.
Oh yeah.
God, I love a +1 scimitar. Why didn't I think of that? God.
Is the
Only
I
1,000?
bet we're about to start seeing a lot more creatures that are resistant to non-magical damage.
Yeah.
If we do, and you guys don't have something, I have an infusion that can push
Yeah.
through that.
But yeah,
You
by
had
the time we have a shit ton of money, we should look into maybe making sure everyone has a magical option. Although I
Yeah.
guess the
I
only
feel like
mortal-
the dread sickle counts as magical, right, Jeremy?
Oh yeah, never mind, we're good.
oh yeah. Yeah,
I-
Lauren got her smite.
I have currently a 1 gold spear as my melee weapon. But I also have a cannon and firebolt, so I'm not really like a melee guy. Although I could get into melee, if I need to protect the healer or something. But
Someone said something about poison resistance. Do y'all have that going on?
I don't believe so. Although I have a spell that could give us poison resistance if I have it prepared.
Is it AOE or just
No, it's
one
protection from poison. So like it neutralizes the poison or makes it to where they can't get it.
How's it do against poison damage?
Yeah, it gives them
Not like
resistance
you've been
against it.
poison resistance. Okay.
So like if we're in combat, right? So if we're in combat and somebody has protection from poison, it gives them advantage on saving throws or resistance to the poison damage. But if it's outside of combat, it neutralizes the poison. If they have more than 1 poison, it only neutralizes 1 of them.
Cool, man.
Oh, here's another addition to the Nick debate, which is turning my brain into slop. Nick
Jesus.
says everything Nick says, but it never says with this weapon, whereas every other weapon mastery specifically states with this weapon, which seems to imply that just having it and having it mastered makes it work the way I want it to work.
Okay, so you could do it with any weapon. That you just need to have it on you, like.
As long as you have a Nick weapon equipped, then it does, because you can only have 2 hands. This is the worst written rule, but here's the reason that I care so much, right? What I want to do is swing extra attack with my packed weapon and then Shadow Blade with my offhand. If Shadow Blade does not have the Nick property, but my packed weapon does. So if it works, if you have to have Nick to get the free offhand, then my bonus action is gone. If it works the other way, then I still have my bonus action to play with.
But
And that's why it matters.
Could I use alter self to give myself more than 1 arm or more than 2 arms?
Please give me 3 more arms.
I don't think it
Why
lets you. I
can't
think.
you just do it the reverse order?
Because I only have extra attack with my packed weapon, not with my summoned weapon. That's the problem. So if I swing with my summoned weapon first, then my attack action is swing with summoned weapon, and I do not get the benefit of extra attack. If I use my packed weapon, then I get 2 shots and the Nick activation.
That is strange. You are a warlock?
Yep, I'm a Warlock Pacted Blade with Thirsting Blade, which gives me the extra attack only with my pack weapon. And I'm using a TCE spell Shadow Blade, which summons an actual real weapon into my hand that I can then use as a weapon, which enables this entire thing.
We still aren't a
Not
500 health druid.
It's XGE, so it's Xanathar's.
Well, I don't know, man. It's just
It's crazy. And I
shit show.
love to argue about the rules, but I think the fact that it doesn't, like everything else says with this weapon, and then it doesn't, means that what they intend to do is, as long as you're holding it, you can do your swish swish Cuisinart stuff.
That's just dumb.
But they definitely worded it as badly as anything has ever been worded before.
like, why would you even need to hold it? Like, can't you just,
Right. Yeah. So there's actually that came up in the forum post. Is that someone saying, therefore, just having Nick weapon mastery means that anytime you attack with the light property, you should be able to do it. You're like, no, 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 no. Rules as written. Maybe that's an interpretation you could do, but that's definitely not what they meant.
It's just these cheeses that
Fun.
Oh, they changed Booming Blade too, dude.
Yeah, someone mentioned that, but I never looked into it. What was the deal with that?
So I had seen something. That's the only reason I was looking at it, because Booming Blade used to, if they moved, they'd take an additional 1d8 of thunder damage.
Uh-huh.
And because the Artificer has the cannon, the arcane cannon, that can move people, you could hit them with Booming Blade, and then use your arcane cannon as your bonus action to move them, to cause them to take additional damage. But then they
Nice.
removed it, so it says they have to willingly move,
Lots
which
of
is like a
errors in
straight
this
up
one.
nerf.
I don't know. It just feels like the previous editions didn't have so many holes. But
Well,
again, nostalgia's a bitch.
I mean, have you seen the interviews with the new people that were hired that wrote all the rules?
No.
You should watch some of those. They're all 3 months experience, but they've been trans for several years.
What does that have to do with anything?
They're the ones that are writing these rules.
Does that make them worse at writing rules?
No, he's saying they only have 3 months
They
experience.
never played D&D.
Yeah.
They were hired because they got a nose ring, purple hair, and are confused about what's in their pants.
Oh.
I know I'm not making that
Not
up. Watch
accurate.
all the interviews on D&D.com. They're like,
Yeah.
the one lady that wrote one of the whole sections of the monster manual. The main D&D guy starts asking her about beholders, and she's like, a what?
Oh god.
Like
Not good.
you wrote part of the monster manual and you don't know what a beholder is?
Are
Like,
Wizards of the Coast based out of California?
probably.
Yeah, because it's probably a state law requirement, like a diversity requirement for them. Because I heard a lot of stuff about that in Cali. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but
I feel
Yeah.
like if
Pretty sure-
they looked, they would have been able to find someone who gave a
back.
damn. But
yeah, I
don't
mean
know.
that's a pretty D&D is not like a small group of people playing it anymore.
I don't know. The crime is that they didn't give a shit, not anything else.
I think they tried. I don't think they're not trying. I think these people, they've got a lot of people that do so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just, the game's been out and being played for 10 years, and then we put out the new rules and we make a bunch of stuff less clear. It's just kind of funny.
They
Don't
did
worry.
a bunch of things right though. Like they made some really needed changes, but yeah, there's still
This is
some
only
No,
like
it's
the second
absolutely
thing that we
way
came
easier
across.
to talk shit than it is to be like, oh wow, they did that right. As we all
What
know
was the
by
thing
now,
we
I'm
were just
focused on
talking about?
shit. Yeah.
What was the thing we were talking about last night that they just avoided talking about in the rulebook? Me and Don were playing. What were we talking about?
Casting
remember.
spells without a spell slot, and if you got the benefits of upcasting. That was just Donald being retarded. Like, it's ambiguous enough.
No, the temporary hit points.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because, like, False Life lets you cast... the Fiendish Vigor lets you cast False Life without using a spell slot. But he wanted that to mean, I'm going to use Pact Magic to cast it at level 3.
Well, no, not even that part. I agree with you on that. That there was a clear answer for that. I'm talking about the part where nowhere in the book does it now say temp points don't stack.
Yeah,
They don't say
is a
that.
good point. Yeah, they forgot to say that temp hit
Really?
point. It's so dumb. Never mind. You're right. I'm angry about it again. Temporary hit points. The guidance in the player's handbook says temporary hit points are granted by certain effects and act as a buffer against losing real hit points. The end. What the fuck? Okay, this doesn't make any. What are you talking about? You're missing a lot of important shit here. And so I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to rely on the actual skill descriptions to say, and they end after this, but they don't is the problem. Like if you look up False Life, it just says you gain 5 temporary hit points for each spell slot above 1, and you make the roll, and that's how many temporary hit points you get. And you're like, oh, wow, what is temporary hit points? They're granted by certain effects, and they act as a buffer. So they stack, right? I know they don't stack. I've been playing the game for a long time, but where does it say they don't stack?
Yeah, the only other place it's mentioned, it says that there's no healing effects that can restore temporary hit points that have been lost. But nowhere does it say they don't stack.
Anyway, so I'll be
Supposedly, I haven't read the whole book.
I'll be sitting at the inn, casting temporary hit points, casting Fiendish Vigor on myself over and over and over and over again until I get to 6 million, at which point I will fight Dracolich at the end of the tunnel. What are you talking about?
They don't mention that they expire too anymore, right?
Yeah, there's
No, it says they expire.
where though?
In the new PHP?
I thought we found that yesterday. We talked about the expiration. I thought we found it where it said that they expire at a long rest or unless otherwise stated, like the barbarian one where it says it ends when the rage ends.
That's feature specific, right?
Yeah, that's the.
I thought we found. Maybe we didn't find it.
Yeah,
I thought we did.
I know, like previous editions, like after long rest, you're basically reset, but it doesn't say that either. Yeah, it's just the healing thing. Well, okay, it's saying that on page 198, it says they can't be added together.
Where?
PHP 198.
The new PHP?
This is a Reddit post, so it's the absolute truth.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Let me find it.
I think those is that the new PHP because some of the ones I looked up yesterday was I think it was page 198, but when I opened the physical book to 198, it was like the create a class page or features page. It had nothing to do with healing or pinpoints.
So that's probably not good. Take me to page 190, whatever it was I said.
Okay, duration. Temporary hit point lasts until they're depleted or you finish a long rest.
Perfect.
Temporary hit point